Isu kekanasan rumah tangga sepanjang Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan PKP.
Terdapat peningkatan 44% kes dalam tempoh Februari hingga Mac lalu.
526 kertas siasatan telah dibuka sepanjang tempoh 44 hari.
Telah menerima 135 panggilan mengenai keganasan rumah tangga.
Last year was a very challenging year, 2020, and that of course includes Sarawak Women for Women. Our para-counsellors were not able to come to be on duty. We cannot really totally depend on our phone line to reach out to women who need our help.
During the lockdown, we did receive a few cases, but since they are in the house, maybe they are still living with the spouse who are abusing them.
So you are a housewife, yeah? So you are taking care of the children?
So basically, we will just call them when the time is okay. That is the only option that we have because we cannot do it face to face.
We feel that there are still women out there who really need help. Yeah, and it's not only women. We do have men callers, you know. Some of them, they're on personal problem. Some calling on behalf of a friend. Whoever call, we will entertain and we will try our best. If you are to look at now in Sarawak, there is no other women organization that handle solely on women's issues and children's issues, you know.
The issue at that time and even now, unfortunately, has been women against violence. When I came to Sarawak, I really wanted to join a women's organization. When I kind of look around, they were mainly organizations that were ethnic based, and I didn't want to join any of those. We just wanted a vehicle to champion women's causes. And I think in Sarawak then, a lot of things that you don't have and you want to do, you have to start your own, otherwise, you don't get it.
At that point of time, there's no one organization helping women who have been abused, women who have been raped. The issue is not new, but to form an organization to help these people, that is something new. A lot of women do become silent because before this, because they don't get the support. Even family members sometimes put them down, you know, like, you talk too much, that's why your husband beat you up. So what more to say when they go out and report the thing, they feel that they might not get the support. So this prevents them from reporting. Our role is to tell them, all right, this is what you can do. If you don't stop it, who is going to stop it? The violence will continue. So when we first started, we do a lot of awareness and a lot of training, of course. In those years, we don't have the kind of social media that we have now, all right? So, but we come up with creative ideas and we put out all this information about the issue. For example, domestic violence, what is it? Where can you get help? And at the same time, we also look for agencies where we need to have the support in order that they will also train their people regarding this issue. Previously, you know what they do? This is a husband-wife problem, you can sort it out. No. So that's why we need the support of the police, for example. We need to give that awareness. If a woman who has been abused come to the balai to report that she has been abused, please help her, attend to her, make a report, and investigate. This is what we want to achieve during our awareness.
Getting ourselves registered as a society took a little while. We had to have constant meetings as to how we envisage the organization to be. When we first started, the name was just Women for Women. The joke was, some men were saying, oh, is this a lesbian organization, Women for Women, that kind of stuff. They kind of mock us. And then the Registrar of Society says, look, put the word Sarawak in front so that you can operate nationwide. Sarawak Women for Women Society.
When we got registered in 1985, the first program that we did is on this rape crisis services that we offer, because we do find that a lot of cases of women being raped, they have nowhere to go. People actually condemn them, Why are you there? Why you go out? All the myths about sexual abuse.
The common perception is that women who are raped ask for it, from the way they dress and going out at night and so on and so forth, But our position is that no women ask for this, whatever way she dress. Would you say that if a man walked in the street at night wearing a flashy watch and looking rich, do you think he should be robbed, Would you blame him for being robbed? You wouldn't, There were a couple of events that really stayed in my memory. And one of it was, there was a girl who was gang raped by 6 people. And the doctor in the hospital knew about SWWS, and he was very good. He contacted us to help that girl. And then I went to see her in the hospital. That was my first encounter with a gang rape survivor. I learned a lot through that traumatic incident that she experienced, Dealing with these traumatic occurrences really open up your eyes to the suffering, that some women have to go through. Like that.
After 3 miscarriages, I bet you're happy to have me as your first and only daughter, right, Mommy? You're going to be the bestest mom ever. Age 4, Daddy touched me there. I was confused and I told you about it. You told me he was drunk and he didn't do it on purpose. You acted like nothing happened on the next day. Why, Mommy? Age 16, I suddenly thought about Daddy. Touching me down there happened when I was 4. When you came into my room, you were heartbroken to see me that way. I told you about Daddy and you were begging me to forgive him. I couldn't, Mommy. He was supposed to protect me from scary men, but why did he become someone like them? Age 21. I want to kill myself, Mom. I want to end everything. I didn't ask for all these bad things to happen, but you made it seem like I asked for it. I hope you're happy now, Mommy. Goodbye. I can say for myself and many other women or girls, we have experienced sexual harassment more than we can count on both hands. And sometimes I question myself, actually, is it my fault? And then sometimes I'm like, what? But I wasn't wearing anything that was seductive. I wasn't wearing anything that was revealing. I wasn't at a bar, I was at work. Where the hell did it happen? When my closest friends experienced it, and I saw the hurt, not being able to seek support because of shame, because of stigma, because of taboo. Like the question that came to my mind was, why is this happening? And what is the problem? So how can we solve it? Yeah. When I pitched Bukan Salah Kami itself as a proposal, I've definitely had some feedback. The usual thing why this is so new to Sarawak is because people know about it, but they don't really want to talk about it publicly. Some people were worried, but their worries are why these stories have never been told on a public platform. And I think to continue keeping all of this behind closed doors should not be happening anymore. I want survivors to know that there is a life after their trauma. We have to understand that this will be part of our journey and that there's something more ahead of that. The whole point of putting up these stories, hopefully not to trigger people, but to have others identify that they're not alone, and also for the community to realize that there is such things that happens. Because I also have come across a lot of people that say, happens in our society meh? No lah. But it is very real and it's actually happening, yeah.
I kind of had buried it for a bit, but then it just came back to me when I went and watched the screening for Bukan Salah Kami. Every day since that memory came back to me, I just felt like, why didn't I do anything? But in that situation, where you're so confounded with the fact that you're being harassed, you just can't do anything. If it wasn't for it, Bukan Salah Kami, I would have never come to terms with the incident I went through.
Half of the time, right, we find that they want someone to listen to them is because every time they try to speak their truth, they are denied their reality of what happened to them, and that's not fair. I want these survivors to actually know that there is a support available out there for them. And I know it's very difficult in a situation that they may feel alone. That's the whole point of Bukan Salah Kami, is actually to give them a safe space to talk about their traumas and their experiences. During the exhibition, there were people that shared their stories personally to me. And obviously, being a listener, we have to attend, we have to support. I think a lot of this work, sometimes you put a lot of expectations on yourself to help others to listen. It's always an important reminder to have that kind of self-boundary and to take time off when it's needed. Even volunteers as well, my team, it was so great. I do let them know that from time to time they can quit and then come back into the group chat, because topics can get very heavy and I just didn't want everyone to feel like they had to stay. I mean, we're all respectful of each other's emotions, of course, yeah. I think doing this campaign was tiring, was very triggering emotionally, but having so many powerful women with me really helped and made me realize that there is a need for this topic to be discussed. How has my life changed? I have met a lot of strong women, definitely have. It's like a support group amongst ourselves, yeah. We're all from like different backgrounds, different age groups as well, but we have, I think, that kind of love and respect for each other, knowing that we share a similar kind of trauma, yeah.
After I graduated, came back home, I was looking for women's organizations I could be part of. And then I came across Sarawak Women on Facebook, how they're looking for volunteers for Bukan Salah Kami. So that's when I joined in 2019. Currently creating consistent content and also like thinking of how to reach out to people more. Like for our social media content, we publish it in 3 different languages. And because I'm in the office, sometimes I get to pick up the phones and people would say, oh, is this Sarawak Women for Women's Society? I came across this post, I don't know where to find help, but because I saw this in the language they preferred, maybe Mandarin or Bahasa Sarawak, they know where they could go to. Because I feel that in Malaysia, we don't really have a lot of like resources in those languages. So that makes me, I don't know, I feel like I've helped them in some way, so something I'm proud of.
We do generate some program, especially in certain language, for example, in my own language, in Iban language. It is very important because in rural area, they don't even know what is their rights. It's kind of like a taboo in our community, especially in our rural setting, because the parents seldom teach them about sexual education and things. There are some funny situations. There's like, cikgu, I don't want to discuss about this. Malulah cikgu. They usually call me like that. But I just tell them, everything here, if you are shy about it, you just can talk directly to me. After we do the rundown thing, some of the cases increase a bit because of the knowledge that they know through this awareness campaign that we have done. When you work in this NGO, you are the enabler. You are giving them information that before this maybe they never know or never aware of its importance to their life. I feel quite empowered because they have the courage to tell something that is under the carpet, maybe years, maybe we never know how long. I'm very proud of them because they have been empowered yeah.
When NCO came, obviously we heard a lot of people losing jobs and so many people seeking out aid for food. And I thought, if food is something that's so basic and it's something that so many people are searching for and wanting help with, what about women that have other needs as well in terms of menstrual health? The first sanitary protection donation drive that we did, there was still a lot of taboo because menstruation is supposedly seen as dirty and not spoken about a lot. So we realized that if no one is talking about it, then there's definitely going to be a gap. An opportunity came up when Kuching Food Aid was doing so much for the community in terms of providing food aid. And the response from the community again was overwhelming and very supportive. I think people feel relatable to it like women and girls, they feel relatable to it. So they were very supportive. Our goal right now is to reach out to as many women and girls as we can with the funds that we have. And it's not so much right now. So we're prioritizing the quantity of women that we can reach out to.
We're so proud, so happy that the younger people are carrying on the work. And especially now, I mean, it's changing so quickly, so rapidly. When we started, I was in my 20s, you know. I wasn't even 30 years old when I really think about it at the time. And I think I've learned quite a lot. When you actually give back to the community that you live in. It's not just you giving, that actual work itself and the process of the work itself gives you a lot too.
In an NGO like ours, we all come from various backgrounds. Sometimes you have people who are already up there in their own respective work, career, and so on. But when you come to Sarawak Women for Women, we are the same. We want to focus on helping women the best way that we can. And that is what I'm so proud of our group. We are really focused. Our focus is on women's issues, children's issues, helping those who need our help. The best part of it is that knowing that we have helped someone and that we have made an impact on that person's life. Even though what you see can be very, very heartbroken, sometimes we don't even know the end part of it, right? Whether we have been successful or not, whether she has overcome the trauma, or overcome the crisis. But most important is you know why you are there for. You know that you are there to help people, then the rest will be not even be difficult.
I think it is important to look at women and not think that they're any less. Women's rights is actually human rights because they are also human. And a woman is somebody's mother, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister. And so we should be respectful of each other, men and women, that we shouldn't discriminate and treat them any differently. Women's right is not something extraordinary that you confer on women. It's just their rights as human beings.